In this section, we're going to discuss the assess phase. Let's start off by introducing some of the common activities which are typically undertaken during the assess phase. In the assess phase, it's important to take an inventory of all of the resources that are available on premises. Once all of the on-premises resources have been identified, the next step is to catalog applications. It is important to state that applications can be made up of multiple virtual machines and can have multiple dependencies. In addition to identifying resources that could be migrated to the cloud, it is important at this stage to think about the skills requirements of the teams that will be performing the migration and ensuring that there is a plan in place to bridge any skills gaps. Once the teams are trained and any skills gaps closed, a good next step is to perform a proof of concept. This enables you to validate the readiness of the team to engage in the migration. Following a successful proof of concept, you're now in a good place to build a business case with a realistic total cost of ownership analysis. The final recommended activity is to create a prioritized list of applications. It is recommended that you start with applications that have a high business value but a low effort to migrate. Then you can move on to applications with a high business value and a relatively higher effort to migrate before moving to the low business value applications. Having outlined some of the key activities to consider, let's move on and explore themes or terms of engagement that have proved critical in enabling a successful migration. In any migration project, it is very important to carefully consider the skills requirements of the team and put in place quality learning programs that are scalable. Many studies have shown that the most successful migration projects are those that have a very strong mandate from the leadership, where the entire organization is aligned behind a common strategy. Many organizations migrate to the cloud in order to take advantage of the productivity benefits that the cloud offers. It is therefore important to ensure that the migration process fully embraces cloud-native capabilities that deliver a significant level of agility and productivity. Security in the cloud is a shared responsibility where the cloud provider takes care of the underlying infrastructure and platforms, while the cloud services consumer is responsible for securing their applications and their workloads using tools made available by the cloud services provider. It is therefore important that the teams performing the migration have a good understanding of their responsibilities, as well as have access to the resources and skills needed to take advantage of the tools provided by the cloud services provider to secure their workloads and their applications. We're now going to explore the different phases that organizations typically go through when embarking on a migration project. Generally speaking, organizations that are relatively immature tend to adopt a tactical approach to cloud migration. They usually embark on migration projects with very little coherent planning, with a desire to achieve a quick return on investment, which is usually cost-based. Cloud migration projects undertaken by more mature organizations are strategic. These organizations are primarily interested in streamlining their operations for efficiency. Their ROI metrics are usually based on realizing a higher level of agility and productivity from adopting cloud services. The most mature organizations are in the transformational phase. These organizations are interested in adopting the most advanced cloud services, such as machine learning, in order to fundamentally transform their organizations. This concludes our discussion on the assess phase. The assess phase is a very important step in any cloud migration project as it sets the foundation for success.